Jaguar Wright has presented her own view on 50 Cent's documentary, sharing remarks that introduce another dimension to the continuing conversation surrounding the project.
It was done too well. It left out too many things.
So can you speak on Curtis Jackson? 50 Cent said that this is the first one.
I'm
He said
sure.
that there's hundreds of hours of more footage.
I'm sure. There was hundreds of hours of that was confiscated from all of Diddy's homes in that HSI raid that never made it to the trial. I wonder where it made it to.
Increased attention has focused on why Jaguar Wright decided not to take part in 50 Cent's Netflix documentary, a choice that has attracted considerable public curiosity. Meanwhile, Gene Deal, who is well known for his former association with Diddy, was also absent from the project. Reports suggest that both Wright and Deal are now in talks with 50 Cent about potential participation in a second season. The discussion now turns to the reasons behind Gene Deal's decision to step back, which he has described as a situation he felt might have exposed him to risk. These updates provide added background to the developing narrative and prepare the ground for further revelations.
The lady was talking greasy to me. She had no right to talk greasy to me. And then she told me that 50 didn't have the power to do anything, but they using his name to like push the whole documentary. And that's what it was about.
To fully grasp the circumstances, it is important to revisit how everything started. Roughly 1 month after Diddy's arrest in September 2024, 50 Cent and Netflix officially announced they were working on a documentary. The statement explained that the production would feature previously unseen material and would closely explore allegations and controversies tied to Diddy. At that time, 50 Cent actively promoted the project and indicated in interviews that he had been collecting information for a long period. Those initial remarks positioned the documentary as the outcome of extended preparation rather than a quick reaction, creating expectations of a thorough and revealing project.
Well, I'm surprised by the allegations, as surprised as everyone else is. Like, I didn't make the allegations, I didn't tell people to say these things. It comes out, I see it in the news like everyone else, but I did feel uncomfortable with the way you would present the idea of going to these projects.
To come party with me.
Yeah. And then that swayed me away from it, just that alone.
So you didn't realize
as much stuff was coming. Like when I seen today, it was allegations of 3 men that said he drugged them, and it's a long time, to be honest with you. Like when people don't remember being violated for 20 years.
At that point, 50 Cent understood that one person believed to hold substantial information connected to Diddy was Gene Deal. Deal had been linked to Diddy for many years and was said to have access to items such as photographs, witness statements, and recorded material supporting his claims. For this reason, 50 Cent reportedly considered Deal an essential contributor to the documentary. Over time, 50 shared videos of Deal on social media and worked to draw attention to his comments publicly. Accounts indicate that 50 Cent also contacted Deal directly to encourage him to join the project. This has prompted many observers to wonder why Deal ultimately did not appear in the documentary despite being central to numerous allegations.
I know why you wasn't in it, man.
Well, first and foremost, I thought I was gonna be in the documentary at first until I started talking to that director. I think her name is Stapleton, I don't know her name, I don't know, man. Me and 50 talked like 45 minutes. The producers had been calling me and everything. So this one night, 50 called me up and they got him on the phone, man. He was just talking, we was talking about old time down with Black Hands, sit down with, with Puff Kids, the whole Puff situation, and this documentary that he's gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? So I told him that I was going to, have Kirk and Tim. Kirk will be the one who talk about the business part of it. Tim will be the one who talk about the growing up phase with Diddy and everything and over there working in the record industry with him and stuff like that. They was like family. And I was gonna talk about, the street stuff, what was going on with Bad Boy, with the security, with Wolf, with the city college, with the time that I knew about when I was with him up until about early 2004 or something like that. But basically the streets and then the traveling with him and the atmosphere and everything, and then go back into the Notorious Big stuff with the Tupac and the whole 9 yards, all the stuff that I knew, you know what I'm saying? So we was talking and he sounded like, yo, listen here, they gonna spare no expense with this whole documentary. So I said, all right, cool.
Based on these reports, 50 Cent was willing to provide Gene Deal with payment to secure his involvement, believing that his contributions would strengthen the credibility of the production. Deal reportedly began arranging his documents and reached out to several industry individuals, including Kirk Burroughs and other executives who he claims had their own conflicts related to Diddy. His objective was to have all relevant details prepared for evaluation. However, after communicating directly with the producer, Deal says he grew uneasy about how the documentary was being managed. He claims he started to feel that his identity and reputation were being used to generate interest in the series, while the production was not fully committed to presenting the version of events he intended to share. As a result, he began questioning the motives behind the project and reconsidered taking part.
And then she was calling me like I was lying. I was like, yo, who do you think you talking to? You know what I'm saying? And she was talking about, there's no way nobody paid. Nobody what? I say, first of all you people come with these documentaries and stuff, the first thing you tell me, y'all tell these people out here that y'all don't pay, and y'all pay. If you can make a picture look like $10,000, $15,000, you know what I'm saying? You can sit here and tell me that you're gonna pay me for my time sitting right down here with y'all. You understand? So then, one thing led to another, and I was like, yo, all right, well then, F you, I spoke to 50, and then she said 50, and this is exact words that came out her mouth. 50 does not determine what goes in and goes out of this documentary. And he definitely don't pay, he determine what somebody get paid. It's not his documentary like that. I was like, oh, so if it's not his documentary and I spoke to him like that, I don't need to be doing nothing with you because I'm doing this on the strength of him. But you gonna pay me if I do it. So it went back and forth, you know what I'm saying, for a little bit. And then they had Kirk Burroughs giving me calls and everything like that. What are you calling me for? You know what I'm saying? I'm not, get out of here. I know what kind of dude you is anyway. Me and you cool and everything, Kirk, but don't call me about no business with this stuff like that. And then what I found out is that he was making a deal, cutting a deal for himself as well.
According to these statements, the choice to withdraw was not about money, but about concerns over purpose and principles. Gene Deal has said that his aim was to back what he believed were serious allegations, not to join a production he felt was mainly focused on financial benefit. After concluding that the documentary was being approached as a commercially driven venture, he decided to step away. He has implied that significant testimonies were excluded and that certain viewpoints were not completely represented. These issues are described as part of the reason 50 Cent is reportedly preparing additional material separate from Netflix. Sources say he is exploring the option of releasing future content independently, including on platforms like YouTube, signaling a move away from depending on Netflix for the project's continuation.
This new interview by 50 that went viral where he revealed that he still got unreleased footage.
I seen the interview about, he said that he had a lot of footage had to be down, the documentary had to be downsized. You understand? I don't really believe that, because a documentary is a documentary, and they could have had 45 minutes, they could have had an hour, to each one of those. You understand? They left out certain things. He said they even left out the one about Sarah Chapman. You understand? And for whatever reason, he probably left out a lot of other different stars too. Situations that they could have spoke about. You understand? I have a problem with the documentary, and I'm just gonna let you know that the reason I have a problem with the documentary is that they know that they took my idea. You understand? They know that when I came to them, I laid out what they should do and how the documentary should be. You understand? She could say whatever she want to say. I talked to those producers before I even talked to her. They wanted to know what I had, what I was bringing, my pictures, all that stuff like that. And I told them about me, Tim.
Gene Deal has spoken favorably about 50 Cent's involvement, stating that he considers 50 to be more straightforward and open than others connected to the situation. He has suggested that in his view 50 Cent's main objective was to present what he believed were factual accounts rather than modify or reshape the story. In related conversations, Freddie P., who previously highlighted allegations concerning Diddy's sons, has also shown public support for 50 Cent. Reports state that Freddie P. was contacted by producers and later had direct discussions with 50 Cent. After those exchanges, he concluded that 50 was the only person in the production process who seemed primarily focused on making sure the voices of those who claimed harm were acknowledged seriously.
But what Fifth was doing was, he wasn't budging. I give him credit for that, you know what I'm saying? They're like, hey man, it wasn't even about the money. It was basically a response from his team, basically like, listen, we doing this on the strength of, we want people to get their story out. We want people who really was affected by him to tell their story. We don't want to base this on money. If we base this on money, then it kind of settles down, you know what? So a lot of people, when you see them telling their stories on that DVD, that's why I give the authentication of it is so. He made sure that you was only here to, if you want to tell it, tell it. I ain't trying to put nothing in your pocket. I ain't trying to incite you or coerce you to tell nothing against this man that didn't happen. If you gonna tell it, tell it. If you got something to say and you really want the world to hear it, say it. I'm not gonna pay you extra to do it, and I gave him respect for that. And basically, they were basically like, man, this not money motivated. You know, we're not moving numbers around just so people can.
Jaguar Wright has publicly criticized the documentary, stating that she feels it includes inaccurate or incomplete details. She said she decided not to take part because she believed powerful industry executives would never approve material that could threaten their own positions. After viewing the finished version, Wright explained that her suspicions were validated. She pointed out that certain influential figures were absent from the film, which she believes reflects boundaries on how far the production was prepared to go.
It isn't over. I agree. Like, that's the thing. The story's not even being told. Because in order to tell the actual whole story, you would have to include everyone that is involved. But no, this is about saving the industry and blaming it all on Diddy. Saving the industry and blaming it all on Diddy. Okay, Diddy's going to jail. He's going to do his time. I don't know what that appeal is looking like right now. Because see, the one thing that all of this documentary shit is doing is definitely fucking up his possibility for an appeal to get out early. Especially with the judge and them and the appeal board having to look at the footage of him sitting there with Mark Agnifilo, pretty much working on how to fix the trial.
And for him to be watching the feds watching him.
Yeah, filming the feds. Watch.
Filming.
At this point, some commentators claim that Diddy is being positioned as the primary figure while larger industry accountability is being ignored. They argue that responsibility is being directed at one person while others who may have been involved are not facing equal examination. From this perspective, the documentary failed to fully address the broader environment. It also did not thoroughly investigate whether additional individuals could have played a part, leaving noticeable gaps in the overall portrayal.
What they needed to do in this documentary, the whole objective of this documentary was to blame it all on Diddy. The devil made me do it, blame it all on Diddy, and the rest of the industry is nothing like this. Like when Curtis Jackson sat there in his interview with Robin and sat there and said, I did this because I don't want people thinking that the hip hop community is okay with this kind of behavior. You know, I don't want them thinking that, you know, we're just going to be silent while all of this is going on. Like, we're okay with this kind of behavior. And my thing is huh? So now you speaking for all of hip hop, and all of hip hop is uncomfortable with this. Meanwhile, you got people like Ja Rule who, on the low key, allegedly, Gene Deal has exposed for having his own nude tryst freak-offs.
Jaguar Wright has stated that if a comprehensive list of those connected to Diddy were ever disclosed, it could trigger serious consequences for the entertainment world. She questions how Diddy could have allegedly caused harm to so many individuals throughout his career without others being aware. In her view, it appears improbable that he operated completely on his own.
The complete and utter truth comes out. 3 things happen. The entertainment industry collapses completely. Millions, possibly billions of advertising dollars don't get made. People go broke. Companies go under. That's why they hate me. Not because I'm telling the truth on people, because I'm telling the truth about the system. And I'm showing people the reality that the only thing that matters is that dollar. These entities, these companies, they don't care about none of these people. They don't care about none of these victims. They don't care about the perpetrators. They don't care about the prey. Shit, half the time, they're encouraging the predator. They don't care. It's all about the money.
Concerns have also emerged regarding Netflix's approach to the documentary. Reports indicate that the platform knew about leaked footage only 1 month after Diddy's arrest, creating uncertainty. Many observers note that the project was marketed around exclusive unseen content. However, Netflix reportedly did not possess that footage when the production was initially revealed. Analysts say these contradictions fueled questions about how the narrative was constructed.
Announced he was going to be doing the documentary December 2023 with Netflix. And the star footage that you use to get people to re-upload or resubscribe to Netflix to make this the #1 in their TV shows division for almost 2 weeks straight. Beating out Stranger Things. How much stranger is that?
I'm not Beckham.
This footage didn't even exist when you said you were going to be doing this documentary. So we've got a videographer, a rogue videographer that has this very, very, very explosive, very explosive footage of him literally sitting on camera, planning how to go after survivors, how to poison the jury pool, how to fix his trial in advance before he's even arrested. I mean, like, is anybody not forgetting when Mark Agnifilo was sitting there talking to the sons in the hallway, and they're sitting there filming, and he's sitting up there, yeah, well, see, what we got to do is we got to go and we got to put countersuits on all of these people. We have to create lawsuits ourselves. He's sitting there talking about creating lawsuits to affect public perception. He's talking about that with the kids.
Sources claim that 50 Cent, Gene Deal, and Jaguar Wright were committed to exposing and presenting what they considered the facts, which they believe was not Netflix's main objective. Despite possible backlash, 50 Cent continued with the project. The documentary has attracted heavy criticism from certain industry members. with allegations that he revealed sensitive details about Diddy. Reports also indicate that 50 Cent has encountered threats and attempts by industry insiders aimed at harming his public image.
Tell 50 Cent, man, I hope you walking on a straight arrow, man, because they waiting to see you fall. They want to see you fall so bad, brother. I'm talking about, man, I'll be in the comments and I'll be just reading it like, oh, 50 got his day coming. Like, why y'all niggas so upset about a pedophile? Like, it's stuff that y'all niggas don't. It's so many people, right, that's victims of Puffy that can't speak, that's sitting back like, shut the you know what I'm saying? Like, they basically saying, you don't even know half of it. If I was to come and say my story, not me personally, but I'm saying, I've heard that 2 or 3 times. If I tell my story, but nah, I'm not trying to clout chase, I'm not trying to be a part of this, a part of that. And I'm like, hey, man.
Gene Deal has shared a comparable position, stressing that the mission was always to bring forward the truth rather than to meet Netflix's business goals.
Mama started following each other on IG an hour ago. Prepare for the worst. Jay-Z, Ja Rule, Roc Nation, Desiree Perez are out to get him out of the paint. Alert. Listen here. Everybody that it said, and Desiree Perez, all them people got dirt under them, bro. You understand? They got all them people got dirt on their fingernails. Jay-Z got dirt in his fingernails. You understand? Jay-Z was messing with young girls from our block. Tired of them. I'm putting it out there. You know what I'm saying? I'm picking a side. Desiree, husband, was a former drug dealer that she turned on a whole cartel. All of them got dirt on them. And 50 got they dirt. You understand? 50 gonna know they dirt. Cause 50 got investigators, he got people that's in the street. So if they go at him, listen here, I deem him like myself, 10 times the normal man. He gonna do what he gotta do. And the whole thing about it is they trying to retaliate on him for something he did to somebody else. I feel that it's something worth seeing. It's something worth coming around, because all that shit about to fall. All that shit that we seen in the industry, these demons want to have and turn little boys into little girls into little boys. That's just about to go out the window.
In what some interpret as validation of earlier forecasts less than a week after Gene Deal spoke with 50 Cent Diddy's children revealed a collaboration with the Zeus Network to launch their own documentary offering Diddy's viewpoint. The preview suggests that Diddy will personally appear in the project, sharing his side of events. Interview. Gene Deal reportedly foresaw this move well ahead of time and outlined the expected direction of the new documentary. He claims the program will center on 50 Cent's private life and attempt to cast him in a negative light using whatever material is available to question his credibility. Sources indicate that Diddy's children will take a leading role in guiding this narrative. Interview. The second season is reportedly designed to address omissions from the first installment, drawing attention to ignored links, unnamed individuals, and unresolved issues. Sources say it seeks to provide the broader context that was previously absent. Viewers are left wondering whether Diddy acted independently or if other powerful industry figures were part of the situation.
Network has a new Diddy documentary coming out, and this time it is coming from the perspective of Diddy and his sons. All the time I thought we were about to leave Diddy in 2025. Well, this documentary is coming in 2026. And a lot of people, just like myself, are already not feeling this new documentary coming from Diddy's sons. A lot of people aren't happy about it and actually shocked that the owner of Zeus Network, Lemmy, is doing this Diddy documentary. But what a lot of people fail to forget is Lemmy and Diddy have been friends for quite some time.
Of his children arriving in court for day one of their father's trial in New York, hands gripped in solidarity.
Do you still believe your dad's innocent? How did you feel hearing that testimony? You apologize on behalf of your father. Do you believe your father's innocent? You still support your father's innocent? Your daddy died for years! Your daddy died for years for abusing women! That's wrong! You can have worse!
The family, the foes, the joy, the pain, our voice, the loyalty, the betrayal, the highs, the lows, the love, the hate, the truth, the lies. And Diddy calling from Fort Dix.
This is a prepaid collect call from Federal Correctional Institution, Fort Dix.
When they released this trailer last night, there were so many comments to Lemmy and Zeus Network that they did not want to see this. A lot of people feel like this whole new documentary is just a PR narrative, once again being pushed by Diddy and his sons to try to clean up his image. And after hearing certain things on 50 Cent's Netflix documentary, we have to go back in time and remember what we were seeing during trial. Even when it came to Diddy's sons, Christian and Justin Combs, they both came on 2 separate occasions to trial wearing a Free Sean Combs shirt. The first one to do this was Christian Combs during Jane's testimony, and you're not supposed to wear this stuff in front of a jury to try to sway their opinions. And the judge actually told him he had to leave and take it off. And then literally like a week later, Justin did the same exact thing. It was taken out of the courtroom by the judge. And we already saw the videos in the Netflix doc of Diddy talking to Justin, saying he needed to push out certain content to control a narrative. During the trial, there were a lot of things going on that I could see that to me felt like it was just straight PR. Do you remember all of these people that were wearing the Free Diddy shirts? And it was actually a meme coin that's on their shirt. It's money sign.
Well, they're gonna try to get his baby mama stories, you know. They're gonna try to get 50 baby mama stories. They're gonna try to get girls that he probably dated, that he had problems and issues with and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna try to do the same thing they probably did to R. Kelly or Puff or whatever like that, and people tell their stories. You understand? But you know, they trying to retaliate on what he did. Let him go ahead, bruh. Cause I think he ready for it. You don't do this, and you don't do the stuff that he did, or sign on to the stuff that he did with Puff, unless you got your shit in order. Don't throw no stone if you live in a glass house. Don't throw no stone if you live in a glass house. I believe 50 ready for it, if they come at him any kind of way.
In what some consider confirmation of earlier expectations, less than a week after Gene Deal spoke with 50 Cent, Diddy's children announced a partnership with the Zeus Network to create their own documentary presenting Diddy's perspective. The trailer shows that Diddy himself is expected to appear in the project, explaining his version of events. Interview. Gene Deal reportedly anticipated this outcome in advance and described the projected focus of the upcoming release. He says, the documentary will emphasize 50 Cent's personal matters and portray him negatively, using any accessible material to challenge his standing. Sources suggest that Diddy's children will play a key role in shaping this storyline. Interview. The second season is reportedly centered on completing areas left unaddressed in the first, highlighting overlooked associations, unnamed figures, and lingering questions. Sources indicated intends to deliver the fuller background that was missing before. Observers continue to question whether Diddy operated alone or if other influential figures in the industry were involved.